Hello and welcome back to my walkthrough to Crash Bandicoot 3. In the last episode, we claimed our final platinum relic here on the level Bug Light, the final platinum relic of this ground level, and now we're going to move up to the top. And unfortunately something happened in the sense that the start of this video, I've already recorded it, the start of this video actually cut out on me, so I lost a decent chunk of the start of the video. So we are recording this in post, and I have actually already got platinum relics in these levels. But what we're going to do is we're just going to enter Ski Craze, the first of these remaining bonus levels. And I'm just going to try and guess as to when I can sort of stitch the two parts together in order to create something. But we'll just show the start of the level. Obviously, you'll see this in the relic run when that relic run is shown up. But yeah, Ski Crazed. It is. Think of it like making waves, but twice as long and with 4 times as many bombs, and you're pretty much there. It's also got a whole bunch of nitros in it. It's a difficult level. But it's also a fun one. It's also, I think, these sort of linear ones, I think at least there's enough leeway in this particular level. Like there's one more jet ski level that we'll do also in this episode. And that one is known for being particularly mean. And it's just in terms of the leeway it gives you for each of these jumps, for each of these bits of gameplay. But anyway, so yeah, we'll just continue to make our way through here. Avoid the nitro crate there, which is, you know. So yeah, this is a very fun level. It's a very enjoyable level, at least from my perspective. I know some people will just hate the jet ski and won't like any of the jet ski levels, but I think this is a level that's both fun, casually, like in a sense of grabbing the crystal. Well, obviously it's not a crystal in this case. It's actually you've just got the gem. But it's a fun for that. But it's also fun speedrunning as well. It's a good, challenging speedrun on top of everything else. Okay, and we get both of those. Great. And far more than... So when we do Hot Cocoa, you'll see what happens when this game decides to be mean with box placements like this. So you can see we've already got, like, you know, boxes surrounded by nitros, boxes surrounded by plenty of bombs. But Hot Cocoa just takes this and ramps it up to a little bit, you know, ramps it up even higher in terms of how precise you need to be on what is quite a loose controlling jet ski at times. Okay, so we'll just obviously need to go back and grab this box here. There we go. And we'll destroy all of the nitros. We've got 7 boxes left. 2 of them are there. That is really tight, actually. That was surprisingly difficult. Really don't want to boost because I know that it's difficult to sort of boost only as a tiny distance. There we go, 100 boxes on Ski Craze, and we'll grab our gem. We do complete Ski Crazed. That wasn't too bad. So you notice that obviously in an attempt to make sure that you obviously have 25 crystals, a lot of the levels, or a lot of the new levels, all of the new levels that we'll be doing today, all of them do not have crystals associated with them, they just have extra gems. And then we have these alternate entrances to levels that we already know and love. So this one chocks hang 'em high, full of nitros and awkward jumps over with nitros all over the place. We can generally do a fair amount in terms of using the bazooka to clear out a large chunk of the enemies and really remove a lot of the worries from here, but there will still be some jumps that will not be fun. Still, as you might imagine, this section is not particularly long. You can obviously unlock this a lot sooner, so you only need 10 relics to unlock this version of the level, meaning that... There we go. There we go. Now we make our jumps, we hit the gold gem, or the yellow gem, and it drops us off right at the end of the standard hang 'em high level. Lovely, lovely. So we get our gold or yellow gem. I can't remember exactly how they refer to it in this game. I imagine it may well be yellow because the gold gem sort of had its own look in the original, in Crash 1, where there were 6 coloured gems. So the gold gem finally means that we can actually finish off some of these other levels that we have not got all of the gems on. First one being Dynamite. There you go, it's the yellow gem officially there. So we can do Dynamite here, and then we can also do Bug Light right at the end, because we now have access to all of the beautiful we have access to all of the colour gems. I do need to be aware that I need to collect all the boxes here. And I can't just run to the end, so don't know. Thought I might have missed something, but don't think I did. So yeah, so having access to the yellow gem means that we can complete this, the extra route here. And I believe it will just drop us off, so we don't actually have to do any backtracking, which is quite nice, especially bearing in mind the level that will come up after this in Future Frenzy, where we most certainly will have to do a lot of backtracking. So we hit our checkpoint, and we can travel on the yellow gem route over here. Okay. When you have the Fruits Bazooka, why not use it? So obviously here we've got to be careful. We can't just ground pound everything because of the TNT. So you've got to use use the super belly flop in order to just blow up some of the remainder. So we do have yet another Triceratops chase section down this path. Ooh, got lucky there, I would say. Okay, so we get our extra gem. We get to break all of the nitro boxes. And kindly enough, we get a platform which will take us all the way back to pretty much, it'll drop us off exactly where we were. Oh no, it doesn't. There is some backtracking to do. I forgot. Would I have preferred to have done this section before and not had to backtrack through it? Yes. I did not remember the level well enough. Okay, so this is obviously the section where you run through on the baby dinosaur, on Baby T as he is known in the in CTR. And he is useful as a companion for backtracking. Made the right choice there in terms of which path to... Okay, some more boxes. Another Baby T jump. So there's where we first find Baby T. Damn it. Okay, so there's the gold gem the yellow gem platform. So now we just need to get through the level forwards. So cute. Okay, so we left the checkpoint on purpose because that means that we won't need to do any more backtracking even if we die. That shouldn't really be a concern, but just in case. I think what I'd normally do is go through it, maybe skip the first checkpoint, the checkpoint just before the gold gem route, keep going forwards, hit the second checkpoint, and then just, and then when you're having to backtrack, hit those checkpoints so you know that this is where you need to continue on from. But still, no lives lost. And as you can see, the nitros that would normally be down there are no longer because we hit the nitro exclamation point box. And so, assuming that we can zip through our bonus, it should be pretty plain sailing to get to the end. Lovely. So, another 25 boxes get added to our total, meaning that we are only missing 7. What's that? 15 more boxes to get. And we get carried off by the pterodactyl, of course. Just because I said it would all be plain sailing, had to die in a stupid way. These ones always got to be careful that you make sure that you get the gem just before the end. You can very easily run past the gem, but thankfully we didn't there. And we get both of our gems from Dynamite. We will be back there to collect yet for yet another level. A secret level on Dynamite. But before then, I think we should go and do Bug Light next. The second level for which we get obviously access to a new gem route. Now this one we already have the box gem for, so we really don't need to worry at all. I would be really interested to know if you took the speed run, whether you could actually get the gem as well. Okay. And I mean, we might as well grab ourselves an Bandicoot. And jump on our gem route platform. Ah, you're kidding me. All of that worth. And obviously because we did that, we don't actually have the Akkus, but oh well. Very silly. So pretty much each of these little gem platforms takes you to a new sort of mini challenge area. Be interested to know if we even need the green one there, given that I reckon you could probably triple spin, like tornado spin all the way across that gap. We obviously have to do the whole gauntlet without dying, as there will not be any I believe there are no checkpoints. Some of these sections are a lot easier than others. I would say that in general that this whole sort of gauntlet is definitely easier than the one that was in Spaced Out, for example, in Crash 2. There isn't anything too scary here. And of course that means I have to die lots of times. I thought that I triple spinned enough there, but evidently not. But here we can pretty much just speed run past all of the arrows there. We can blow away the nitros with our bazooka, which obviously you would always have at this level, seeing as you unlock it after the fourth boss. Okay, so this is the purple gem section. Come on. There we go. Jump on the yellow gem. And obviously this little gem platform movement is why we needed the yellow gem overall. I think this one's actually ridiculously easy because we have the fruit bazooka and there's nothing to stop us just completely shooting these enemies. Like those enemies can be a little bit challenging, especially, you know, when you don't have the bazooka, but because we have the bazooka, it's just very, very simple. We can then take the red gem, and I can't even remember if the red gem actually has a challenge or if it's just, yeah, just a little walk to the, a little walk to our reward. And then they're nice enough to include a little pit that you can die in should you want to grab the gem, die, and then go back to before the blue gem, you know, the multiple gem route in order to collect the box gem at the same time. But there we go. So that is all of the gems there. There's only one level in the main game where there's only one level of the original 25 there where we don't have both gems, or all of the gems. And that level we are about to do, but first we have to do Area 51. 2 gems here, one for winning the race, so it takes the place of the usual, of what would normally be a crystal. And then also we have to grab all of the boxes. And again, I don't know whether you can do these under time trial conditions. So this one's really cool. You're obviously racing against UFOs. There's a lot of really cool ideas here. It's in the dark. In the original, you could definitely not see nearly as far as we are here, so I'm feeling a little bit more confident. But in general, the trick with this is you want to stay towards the middle of the road. Most of the boxes in this level are along the middle of the road, so as long as you stay down there, you usually won't miss anything. We're avoiding the speed pads just for now. I want to see. Hopefully, we could win the race and get the gem at the same time, but we'll have to spot. We'll have to check. Otherwise, we might have to do the level again and obviously then use the boost pads in order to get a bit of a head start. Would have been nice not to crash there. So, what have we got? 13 out of 24. As ever, the motorbike levels are a one and done thing, so you do need to get everything without mistake in one go. So it looks like we're going to lose the race, unfortunately, but we did get the box gem. I mean, you could, like I said, you can definitely do both in the same run, but it is a lot easier. As with all the motorbike levels, it's a lot easier to be cautious, try not to get both in one, and just sort of have a dedicated run to the box gem, and then another run to winning the race. Anyway, so round 2. And this in a lot of ways will act as sort of like a preview for the speedrun as well, seeing as we do have relics to get. Okay, so for example there, I would know that I don't need to take that jump. And that would probably be faster to not take that jump. Doodle-doo. Bit savage, side-swiping me off the road. Damn it. Yeah, the head-on police cars can be a bit of a pain, but you've just got to, with familiarity, and also paying attention to the UFOs, because they will fly up to recognize when there's a police car in, on their route. Still, we should be able to win this. Okay, we take the lead. Now we just got this, the bit with the boosts right at the end. Go. Lovely. Okay, so that's both gems on Area 51 collected. Which means we can now move on to the 4th level, level 29 here, which is the second entrance to Future Frenzy. And this is probably the most involved level in the game. One of the most frustrating ones, certainly. This is the level which requires by far the most backtracking in the game. So if you're not a fan of backtracking, this is not the best level for that. So if you think about what we saw on Dynamite in terms of having to go back through a decent chunk of the level, this is that, but a lot worse. In a level itself, which has its own challenges in terms of collecting all of the boxes and whatnot. Still, as ever, the bazooka is going to provide us with a lot of help. Okay, so there is our first gem. Lovely. So 46 boxes, and what this is going to do is it's going to plonk us pretty much right in the middle of the level. And what we now have to do is backtrack through virtually the whole level in order to pick up the remaining boxes that we're missing. Of which there are a fair few. Okay, so we've got that one, we've got one more of these guys, and then we'll be pretty close to the... So now we're pretty close, yeah, obviously back to... going back through the whole of this first section now. So a lot of the time you're relying on audio cues, you're relying on things to recognize when the lasers are firing. And obviously you can move very, very slowly. And the problem I have is I have no idea, actually thinking about the speed run we had to do. I believe that there are like 3 boxes. There are boxes pretty much all the way back to the start of this level. Okay. We've got these 3. And is there any more? Yep. I think those are the final ones, but we'll just check. Yep, okay, so we're all the way back to the start of the level, and now we've got to go back through everything that we've just done and make some progress. It should be the case that we'll be able to use... We did use the checkpoint. I obviously used the checkpoint at the start of this section once we hit this platform at the start of the side-scrolling section. But we should also hit a bonus, and the bonus is, at least certainly in this version of the game, they work, seeing as they work as checkpoints, we should be able to hit a checkpoint relatively quickly. Okay, so back to where we were. And there's our next checkpoint, lovely. Okay, so now I've just got to finish the level and also complete the bonus. Just get all the boxes. We've still got a fair few to get. Is that about 45-ish? Okay. If I remember, this one requires a bit of bit of using the Super Tornado, or at least that's what they often intend. Box looks. Yep, we can hit it nicely with our Fruit Bazooka. 19 out of 19, lovely. So 12 more boxes to find through the remaining sections of the level. The height the nitros get in this game is just terrifying how high they can jump. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Both gems. Wrapped it all up nice and neatly. Again, it's a long one, but the main issue is when you have those lasers acting as you're doing the backtracking. So you do have to move pretty slowly, just to sort of make sure that you're not going too hastily and running into those unnecessarily. But aside from that, yeah, it's not too bad. And it's a fun level to go through anyway. Okay, so that is 29. Let's do level 30. Which is Rings of Power, the final flying level. It's a weird one. It's completely of a completely different type to all of the other ones. As you can see, it is a race. And the way it works is that if you barrel roll through the rings, you can get a little speed boost. But I forgot how stiff the flying is. So what we'll do in this first run, we'll just concentrate on making sure that all of these boxes are nice and sunk. Seeing as I think our chance of winning the race might have already gone. This already feels like it's going to be a frustrating speed run. Turn. Okay, so we've got 23 out of 33 boxes. So we get one gem, as expected. Grab our box gem, and now let's go back in there and grab the race gem. It's a weird one. It's a weird one to finish on in terms of like the official. Well, I say the official. Like the other levels are still in the game, so they are also equally as official. But the ones that aren't strictly secret hidden levels. A little bit of a weird one to finish on, but. So you can tell when you've got the speed boost because the little wind trails on the edge of of Crash's plane turn purple. Dun, 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 dun. Nope. I might try and do this as a time trial just because, as you can tell, this is quite frustrating if you... It's not easy to restart, put simply. Oh, actually it provides it at the end, which is probably good enough. As we can see, yeah, I mean, even there we were actually really low on time, so... so we got a really... This one used to be very easy, as in just winning the race was really simple. And it looks like here they've made it harder. So here we're definitely maintaining a lot more speed. It looks like they've sort of swapped it out from more of a mechanic where you maintain speed as opposed to pick up little boosts every single time you go through it. Okay, gotta be careful through this section. Okay, there we go. Lovely. So yeah, time trialing that last little section is not going to be too fun, but we'll see how we fare when it comes to it. So, that is yet another gem. Okay, so now if we check what we have currently, we have 42 out of 47 gems. It's worth remembering that obviously we do have the new level future tense, so normally this would be out of 46. Which means that we are missing some gems, and those gems can be found in a few places. Maybe actually, I think future tense might even have 2 gems associated with just thinking about the number. Anyway, so we have a couple of secret levels to be found. The first one is found going through Dynamite. First of all, you've got to enter Dynamite. You've then got to enter the yellow gem route. And down here, down this route, there is a single pterodactyl enemy during the chase section where being carried away by them doesn't kill you, but instead sends you to a secret level. It's really one of those sort of obscure sort of game ideas that you look at now and you're like, how on earth did anyone ever come up with this? Or think that this would be, you know, a really good idea. So, if I've done this correctly, there we go. Egapus Rex. A level where we are purely on Baby T. So this level is really rather unique. There are no boxes, which means that you automatically get the box gem as soon as you finish the level. There is obviously there is a time trial associated with this level, so you do need to come back here and grab that and grab the relic associated with it. And because the relic is so because accessing this level is so sort of convoluted, I probably will actually research what the platinum time is for this level, just so that we only have to come in here. We only have to go this long route in once. So in this level, it's a side-scrolling platformer with the baby dinosaur. You do a lot of bouncing off pterodactyls and avoiding, or trying to avoid, the geysers. And we died just before the end, but oh well. And there's just a whole lot of Wumpa fruit. And there we go, we get our gem. Like I say, the gem there is literally just for, you get it automatically just for completing the level, because there are no boxes. And so there we have it, Egapus Rex. A very short little bonus level hidden there, but there is a gem associated with it, so you do need to go there. The second secret level that we have interest in is going to be Road Crash. In Road Crash, our secret level is accessed. This one's a little bit more obvious, as there is a rather unique road sign just as you're driving along this. This road, seemingly in the middle of Utah, it looks like, with the Monument Valley sort of staring off into the distance. So we have this alien sign. If you crash into it, normally it would start a level, but for some reason me crashing into it there did not start the level, and I have no idea why. I mean, there is a bird that follows you there, but there we go. So you knock away the sign, and it will warp you to the final level, a very unique level, a level called Hot Cocoa. So in this level, it's pretty much open plan. What you have to do, well, you've got the entrance right behind you. You've got some nitros in front of it. You need to destroy those nitros and essentially exit. And there are 70 boxes strewn around this rather large and unique area. It's essentially a tiny little open world level within a Crash game. So the way I usually approach this is that there are, I think, two major checkpoints in the game. In this level that we can use, and I usually collect a certain number of boxes. Because collecting any number of boxes in this level has some challenge to it, pretty much every single box in this level is at least somewhat surrounded by bombs. And so it's always good to know where these checkpoints are. So for example, there's a checkpoint just over there. And like I say, I think there are 2 of them in the whole level. And so the way I look at it is once I've collected around 20 boxes, I've collected around a good chunk of the boxes, then I'll race over towards the one of the checkpoints. There's actually a third checkpoint just there. So, you know what? Let's try and break all the nitros. The nitro explosion crate is located here. And that'll give us a nice chunk of boxes. And yeah, it's just about being sensible with when you're choosing to pick up your checkpoints. The speedrun of this level is a bit of a nightmare. You've obviously got to choose a specific route, the fastest route in order to collect all of the boxes. Essentially the fastest route to collect time boxes, run all the way to the nitro explosion box, and then run back. So there is an underwater box there that we'll need to grab. There we go, lovely. And we get our first death. So it's worth, so as I say, you are very likely to die on this level, and it's just a matter of sort of trying to minimize your frustration by using those checkpoints nice and regularly, so that you don't lose a huge amount of progress in one fell swoop. As long as you're sensible with when you're breaking boxes and marking those checkpoints, this level really isn't too bad. Okay, we'll grab this one. And then we'll grab the underwater box, and then we might grab another checkpoint. Yeah, let's grab another checkpoint, I think. And then we'll do this section. Okay, very nice. We'll try and grab these boxes again. Good. A few boxes over here that we missed. Nope. Okay, gotta be a bit careful there. Let's look at maybe these boxes up here as well. Guarded by a couple of mines in that shark. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Did we get the couple of boxes around here? Looks like we did. Okay, I think we'll grab a checkpoint. We've only got 10 more boxes once we grab a checkpoint. And we know where the majority of those are. So, checkpoint here. And we missed both the boxes in the air, which is always a good sign. Got another checkpoint there. So even in this run, we've actually been, we could have been a lot more stingy with in terms of picking up checkpoints. I think I want to approach these from the other direction. Yep, there we go. Okay, so 67, we might as well hit the final checkpoint. We've only got 2 more boxes after that, and I know where both of them are. They're over a jump. Over here. So there we go, 70 out of 70, nice. And again, it's not too hard. It's just, it can be a bit nerve-wracking with all of the mines. It's a lot harder as a speed run because obviously you've got to go a lot quicker in terms of weaving between those mines and trying to do it in as fast a time as possible. But there we have it, Hot Cocoa is done, and I think that is going to be it for this episode. I think we've got everything that I plan to do. We should now have, so we've got 44 out of 47. I'm just going to check something, which is to go into here. But yeah, okay, so I think we're pretty much ready. Yeah, there are 2 gems in future tense, so we've got 1 extra gem, which we'll get later once we have all of the relics. But anyway, so, nice long level, finishing everything off. I hope you have enjoyed it, this episode, and I hope you will join me on the next, where we will be starting to grab up the last 5 relics before we can then take on this, the last level in future tense. See you then.